We are live. So let's just give it a second for everything to catch up. Let's do our normal sharing once it comes up on Facebook.
Share and share alike. Ah, there it is. Just waiting for your link to come up.
I think I have to actually share Facebook. Let me do it from my phone. From my
Oh, and you must also
phone.
go into yours and
Make it
make
public.
it global. Yeah.
I don't know. Like everything else is set on that. I don't know why. It's on public.
It is?
Yeah.
I'll try to go. Okay, because it says shared with Danny's friends. Oh, hi, Anna. By the way, Anna, if you actually pronounce it Anna, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hello, Deanna. Merry Christmas to you, too. Merry Christmas to everybody. It is Christmas Eve. The special Christmas Eve edition. Woo-hoo. This is our present to
you. No refund, sorry.
No, actually, no. It's not. It's not that there's no refunds. It's just there's no, no gift receipt. That sort of thing.
Oh, I do look dark on Facebook, though.
That's okay.
Let's see if that helps.
Hi, Virginia.
Oh, Merry Christmas, everybody. All right. Now we got that. Hey, Danny, what a lovely polo. I know. I look so washed out.
It's the light.
It
I don't know
is. I'm
why.
so washed out today. I don't know if that's.
See, now it looks like you have a cool halo. Like, ah.
People don't watch us for our video quality. It's all about our sound quality.
Hey, seeing us on video is just a.
You're coming in super clear.
Hi, Verge.
Let's just shout out a couple different things here, and then
It's the lighting. I spent a few bucks on a new light bulb.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I got the bright white because everything else is soft light. I got bright white.
All right, so ready to rock and roll. Let's
do this. All right, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and get started with our broadcast, everybody, and we're gonna record. So we're gonna get going. So go ahead. Let's do our countdown.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Ears Podcast. I am your host, Uncle Danny. Alongside of me tonight is the stylish Mr. Chris on this Christmas Eve. So, Chris, how we doing?
Hey, I am doing absolutely fabulous. As you said, it is Christmas Eve, and this is an awesome time of year. I think what makes this time of year even better than anything else is that it's my vacation time. That's right. It's the time where you could call it I'm burning off the rest of my vacation days, or you can basically say, I'm here to spend it with my family, which is really the primary reason. The weather here is actually wonderful for your Christmas time. It's not too cold, not too warm. There's still snow on the ground. And what can I say? I'm just looking forward to it. I'm having a house full of family later on today, which is going to be great. Of course, that's also surrounded by a whole bunch of food. What else can you say? I mean, food, family, fun. Yeah, it's Christmas Eve.
Yay!
Yay.
Christmas is a very interesting time of year. Normally I would not be recording this right now. Normally I'd be at a FedEx truck delivering packages. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of an incident, so I'm out of work for a little bit. Nothing crazy, but it stinks, but it also gives me a different perspective on, spending time with your family, because there are a lot of people that may watch us now, may watch us later, that, they're out working right now. The retail, FedEx, UPS, post office, there's a lot of people still working and not being able to celebrate the holidays with their family, the capacity of, Chris and myself are right now. So, to those people, I tip my hat to you because I know how frustrating it could be. So, stay safe out there. A lot of conditions are rough right now, weather wise, for certain parts of the country. So, main thing is get the job done, do it right, get paid, and obviously you get home to your family and your loved ones and really enjoy the holiday season with them, because at the end of the day, that's the whole point of why we all work so hard, is to be able to have that time with our family.
Absolutely. Totally agree. I mean, I know this week my wife worked all week long, and this is her first day off that she's had, all week. And, it was one of those cases where, I know it's been busy at the mall. In fact, last night I got trapped in traffic at the mall, and my wife said, "Don't go by the mall. Don't go by the mall." So what do? I went to the mall. And, because I knew there was only one place I had to get something. And no, I'm not going to provide any spoilers because I know my kids are listening right now. And no, you're not going to get any spoilers. Sorry. But afterwards, I'm like, oh my gosh, the traffic was horrible. And unfortunately, I think that just it kind of tries to bring people down. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna just kind of take it easy. I put on some Christmas music while I was waiting, and it was crazy. And further I got away from the mall, I'm like, oh, this is good. But you see, you have to understand something. I was pretty much done with my Christmas shopping 2 weeks ago, and I did like 90% of my Christmas shopping via Amazon. I'll be honest with you. Not necessarily a plug for Amazon. It's just everything I needed was on Amazon. But I do stocking stuffers. That is one of my biggest traditions. I am the stocking stuffer guy. I kind of took the tradition over from my father. And, I had to get one more stocking stuffer for some people. So I'm like, okay, fine. Go out. And afterwards I thought to myself, it was kind of funny because it's like I was 2 blocks away from where I usually get gas really cheap at a, local, wholesaler mega mart type of place. And I looked at my gas gauge. I saw how long it would take me to get over there. And I'm like, forget this. I am, I would use the quarter tank of gas I have just to go 2 blocks because the traffic was so horrible. I'm like, I just went somewhere else, but then I still didn't get everything done. I was like, I was out for like 2 hours and I was only able to get 2 things. And I think, 90 minutes of that was being stuck in traffic. I ended up having to go to Walmart this morning, which, believe it or not, wasn't too bad. I mean, you would think, Walmart, on Christmas morning, Christmas Eve would have been totally insane. Not too shabby. So, in fact, I think I waited longer in line to check out at my local grocery store than anywhere else.
So. Oh, the grocery store was mobbed. I'm down in Maryland currently, and my brother-in-law just went over to the food line to pick up a couple, things that we needed, and he said it was mobbed.
It was crazy. I ran and
I'm seeing the traffic. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I say you should have seen the traffic last night. Once again, down in Maryland. So one of my sister's friends who lives in Jersey happened to be down. So she was heading back up last night. 95 North was bumper to bumper. I mean, and I was like, the day before Christmas, and a lot of people do have off Christmas Eve. And, obviously Christmas Eve fell on a Saturday this year. So even a larger amount of people had off. Because it was the weekend. So last night, I guess everybody kind of had the whole idea of heading north all at the same time. I felt so bad, but if anybody travels the Northeast, especially up here, they know that Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey corridor where the Delaware Memorial Bridge is always gets backed up. It could be a Tuesday evening at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the, early evening, and it gets backed up. For some reason, that bridge always gets backed up, but it just happened to be even worse off this year. But, I want to touch on a couple gifts because, it is being Christmas time and, everybody, I had posted an article the other day, about Uncle Danny's top 10 Christmas movies. And before we got into it, I just wanted, I had touched in the beginning about how this time of year, people almost forget what it's all about. You know, we're all running around, you know, working extra overtime, working extra hours, you know, to buy the gifts, and, you know, what store has the best deals, and, you know, things like that. And, you know, fighting on Black Friday over, you know, a TV that was really, at the end of the day, it was discounted like $3. You know, when you do the math, and you really
And it was
weren't.
and it was probably a crappy TV at the same time too.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, there was a couple deals where I was like, oh wow, it's a great deal for 30-inch TV. I was in the process of building a computer, and I was like, that'd be a great monitor. And then you realize it was 720p. I'm like, well, that's why it was so cheap. It's not the 1080. But I digress. Once again, that's me. So what I really want to do is, you know, I want everybody to just take a minute, and tomorrow when you're sitting down with your kids or your family or whoever you're with, whatever the case may be, just take a moment and really appreciate the smaller things, you know, that we have. You know, your roof over your head, family around the table, friends around the table, home cooked meals. Just take that into account, because every day we all rush to get to this time of year, and in a blink of an eye it's gone, and then it's just back to the hustle and bustle. So this is the one time a year where you should really do it all the time, but this is really the one time a year where just appreciate the smaller things in life. It's not about how many gifts are wrapped under the tree. It's just more about spending that time with everybody. But who doesn't like gifts? Because I like gifts. I know Mr. Chris likes gifts. And I don't know if you can see. Let me put that. You see, I'm going to come in real close. This awesome polo. This is Behind the Ears podcast with Uncle Danny. That was a gift from my partner, Mr. Chris, and the whole Salada gang. So I tip my hat. Well, if I had a brim, I'd tip it. I'd pick it up. I'm not really sure. I do want to thank them, because, you know, once again, nothing crazy, but they, you know, me and Chris have never met in person. If you believe it or not, me and Chris have physically never met in person. I talk to Chris more than I talk to anybody else. I don't have a girlfriend, so Chris is like my significant other at this point. I talk to him more than I talk to my own family. But for him to remember me in his hustle and bustle of a busy life with kids and everything like that really did mean a lot. So I thank Chris. I thanked him I thanked him over the phone. I've thanked him before, but just to show you the recognition of, you know, people do go out of their way. Doesn't matter the amount that you spend on somebody, but it's just more of the thought. So once again, it's a lot of family. I thank you.
Well, I have to say thanks as well, because what I didn't realize is that when I was planning this, and I have to give props to my daughter, because she actually designed the shirt that you're wearing right now. You know, my daughter, I don't know where she gets the time to do sort of thing. I mean, being that she's a pre-med major, but she did a great job. She was like, Dad, check this out. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. And she goes, okay. And so, you know, what I didn't know though is that Danny actually was scheming on his own. And so I'm going to take off my headset here for 1 second, but he got me my own hat as well, with logoized with our logo, you know, my first piece of swag also. And I got to stand up for this to make sure everybody can see at least part of this. So pardon if I make noise or whatever, but a really cool logo t-shirt. Yes. So obviously, you know, when I go to the parks or anywhere else for that matter, I get my own set of swag, which is awesome. So Danny, thank you so much. But I really, really seriously appreciate this. And I mean, it's kind of funny though that we both talked about it. And independently, we kind of just went ahead and did something very similar. And it's one of those cases where it just kind of shows on how much we've been in sync lately. But also, we're hoping that we can offer some of these things to some of our listeners in the future. I know we were also kind of experimenting, but it's the kind of experimenting that we both love to do, because, hey, who doesn't love swag? But Danny, thank you. I saw this. I was like, sweet. I had to run back out. So I'm like, I'm taking this hat. I'm putting it on. I gotta go. I was like, woohoo. So, thanks, man. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
All right. No, I appreciate it. So now, Chris, you're into trains. I mean, I know you have the monorail up. So what I would actually like to do is sometime between today and tomorrow, I want you
Okay.
to take a picture of your setup with your tree and, whatever little things you do Disney wise. And I want you to take a picture of your monorail. And the
Okay.
reason I do this is because normally at my house, I have a very small train set that I received last year. It was the Mickey Mouse train set. Nothing that I would ever take a picture of and be like, oh my goodness, look at all this. I also acquired, unfortunately, my aunt had passed away, but she had left me her entire village. And I mean, I've got about 13 Rubbermaid boxes filled with things for a village. I didn't have the time to do it this year, or the room. But my brother-in-law does an awesome setup. So what I want to do, and it's not very Disney themed. There are a few Disney things in there, and I will point them out when we do it. But I want you to take a picture, whether tonight, tomorrow, and by Monday, I want to put it up. And we're going to do is we're going to put it on our Facebook page. I'm also going to make a WordPress on our website. I'm going to make an article with it. And what I want you guys to do is share it around. And also, if you guys do anything Disney inspired, I want you guys to take a picture of it, send it over to our Facebook page, right on our, throw the link, throw the picture right up on our Facebook page. I want people to be able to see all the different ways Disney's affiliated with your families during Christmas. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm not sure if anybody else caught this yesterday, because it was kind of tucked away. So if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't have seen it. Someone at Pop Century, the 50s area of the rooms, decided they wanted to decorate their room. Now, they're claiming, the person who posted it, they're claiming that it's a guest who did this. I find that very hard to believe that a guest did this. I think it was something Disney did itself because they were back-to-back rooms, but I could be wrong. They took a picture of, the blinds were open just enough so people can see in it. There's a big white Christmas tree, all decorated with lights and different Disney ornaments, and the entire room is filled with Christmas Disney stuff all over the bed, stuffed animals. I mean, they went crazy. So I'm assuming if somebody did this and it really was a guest, I'm assuming they drove down or they were somewhat local to be able to do this. But the amount of stuff in there, I thought Disney had to do it and just not say anything to anybody. So I don't know if anybody else saw that. I will, if I could find it again, I will share it either to my page, the show's page, or both our pages. But that was the whole reason why, because Disney comes in all shapes and sizes, whether, I'm sitting in my brother's room, and I mean, whether it's something small, like having just random little Mickey stuff anywhere around, or if it's like someone who did in Pop Century, where it's just a mondo amount of stuff, share it. I'd like to see what you guys do for the holidays Disney-wise.
I did not see this room that you're referring to. I didn't see any of the pictures yet. So now, of course, I'm going to have to go and take a look at it. Boy, it kind of makes you wonder if they did that as kind of a teaser or something like that, or what. You kind of wonder, is it really a guest room, or will it be a guest room? Was it something special or something done up? But I mean, let's face it. If that was something that was done through, Disney has services that you can actually, purchase. You can purchase little decoration packages and stuff like that from Disney Floral, and they do a great job of doing different things. My wife has actually taken them up on occasion, especially with one time with a celebratory cruise of ours. But all I gotta say is, yeah, you're right. Someone had to have gone down there, driven down, packed up a whole bunch of Rubbermaid tubs for that sort of thing. That's awesome, though. I mean, that is really pretty awesome. I mean, I know that. I bet you any money if my daughter's listening, and I hope she is. I know she's downstairs, downstairs from the studio here, and she brought her Christmas tree home from her dorm room. And I know it has some Disney ornaments and Olaf sitting on the top of it. So that would be actually pretty cool if she was able to send a picture to our Facebook page. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And so,
get on it.
But yeah, but I'm definitely going to go take a picture of that. I'll do some of that afterwards and post it up there. Because we actually have a lot of different Christmas ornaments that are Disney related. The monorail was being set up this morning because we had just a whole bunch of disarray. This has really been one of those seasons where we've been really busy and not all of our Christmas decorations are up this year. But that's okay because we still have the train there, and it's just one of those things. So we're gonna get that all taken care of. But yeah, it's gonna be really kind of neat. One of the other things that I know that we tend to have I won't say, do I want to call it a tradition? I think it's more happenstance. That a lot of the stuff that we get for our kids, they're Disney related of one thing or another. I mean, it's kind of funny that way. Not everything, but a lot of times, we tend to. Oh gosh, they're watching, so I can't really say what we got them.
Gotta wait for tomorrow.
I gotta wait. There are things under the tree that are Disney related right now, and don't
go shaking no boxes. I know.
Yeah, and if you guess what it is, we have to take it back. So that's always been the rule. They shake and okay, what is it? If you guess right, we got to take it back. That's always one of those things.
Oh, man.
But we see that's the bad part, Danny, about having my kids. And they're downstairs, and I know that my wife and even my mom is here, and she may be listening to the show with them. I'm not 100% sure. So hi, Mom. So
hi, I miss you so long.
It's really kind of cool. But Virginia's tree is filled with Tsum Tsums and all Disney ornaments. We have some looks like Mickey Santa Christmas lights and I'll admit they have been up since last year, but it hangs over our drapery in our family room. And yeah, we actually turn them on. We turn them on all year long. Once in a while, I should say they're up all year round, and we do turn them on often. But we have like a Disney tree skirt around our Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. A lot of the ornaments, we get. Kathy actually gets an ornament almost every year from the Disney store for being a cast member, which is really kind of cool. And it's not only cool that it's an ornament, but it's it's a cast member exclusive ornament. So that's also really kind of cool. But a lot of times, like last night, we're starting to get into a little bit of tradition of watching Prep and Landing and a couple of their little their little stories. Tonight, while not necessarily Disney, we are going to watch Elf most likely, which is going to be kind of cool because we started watching that last year and
it's fantastic.
It's a fantastic movie. After I watched it, I'm like, why in the world did I wait so long to watch this movie? I was like,
saw it
why?
On Broadway.
Elf on Broadway?
Oh my goodness, it was fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
I actually have this shirt, but I don't fit in it anymore.
Wait, it didn't have Will Ferrell in it though, right?
Mm-mm. Oh gosh, no.
Okay. So, I didn't. Now that would have been funny, because let's face it, Will Ferrell makes it. I'm sorry?
They couldn't afford him. A Broadway show? No.
Yeah.
To afford him, they'd price everybody out.
Oh yeah. It would have been horrible in that manner. It was kind of funny because it's like we were also joking around about. Virginia said last night, it has Will Ferrell in it. What could possibly go wrong? And I'm like, okay, you obviously have a lot of confidence in Will Ferrell, but that's okay.
I love Will Ferrell. I literally I freaked out. I went to Walmart and they were doing like the DVD, like those crazy good deals they do on DVDs. Well, it was like a 3-pack for $7.99, so $8. I got Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, and Blades of Glory.
Oh my gosh, Blades of Glory was so funny. The funny part about it is that I borrowed it from my sister a long time ago, and I still have it. So sorry, Leah. And that is a hilarious movie between him and John Heder. I hated John Heder in Napoleon Dynamite. I'm sorry, I could not watch that movie. That movie just drove me up a wall. It's just like, yeah. Don't mess with my toast, man. And so, but no, that Yeah, that movie was awesome, and Talladega Nights. I'm sorry, I'll watch that movie every time that it comes on. It can be 11 o'clock at night. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'll be like, Talladega Nights.
Sweet
So I
baby
mean,
Jesus. I jump all over you like a spider monkey. I'm all hyped up on Mountain Dew. You don't know me, Grandpa. Oh, it's bad. I know way too much.
It's bad, but I mean, it's just, it's one of those things. So, but yeah, we'll watch movies and stuff like that, and not just today, but this is. Let's see. Since I'm off until the 3rd, I guarantee you we will watch at least 5 or 6 different movies between now and when I go back to work. And all I know is that I have a case of popcorn, microwave popcorn, sitting downstairs that my son was selling for his Boy Scout troop. And it's great popcorn, and it will be used most likely by the end of the vacation because you can't watch a movie without popcorn.
That's true. And, touching on movies, I was just thinking about it. This is probably the one time of year where I watch more non-Disney movies than any other time. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, there's a lot of Universal movies I watch throughout the year, whether they come out in theaters or whatever like that. But a majority of the movies I watch, especially in the more recent past due to, like, the show and trying to keep up on things, have been Disney related. But when it comes to Christmas, I mean, last night we watched Christmas with the Cranks with Tim Allen.
Okay.
See, yeah. I'm addicted to Tim Allen.
I love
everything. I mean, maybe it's the whole Buzz Lightyear thing. I don't know, but like everything he does, we watched the Santa Claus movies with him in them.
Yeah.
Christmas with the Cranks. What about Christmas Vacation? Classic movie.
The funny part about it is
you either love it or hate it.
No, I love it. But the funny part is that like a couple of years ago, before I became an Amazon Prime member, I bought it. It was like on sale on Blu-ray for $5. And I'm like, that'll get me over that. That'll get me over that $25, get free shipping type of thing. And it's a great movie. I didn't realize that it was rated R. And all of a sudden I'm started watching it because I only saw it 9 times out of 10, on TV. The edited for television. Well, what I didn't realize is that not only was it edited for television, but there was like some F-bombs that were
tucked away there.
Yeah, and so I'm like, and I hate to say this, but I mean, for good reason. My kids are there, and of course, my wife just gives me that stern look, like, "Did you know? Did you use that kind of language and where kids are listening to it?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I really am." Yeah, Christmas Vacation. I mean, yeah, you're right. Not a Disney movie, not by any stretch of the imagination. Crapper's full. So, but it's just you gotta watch it. I mean,
The Grinch.
See, I don't like The Grinch. I am sorry.
Really?
I cannot watch The Grinch. I don't care if it's the animated TV special, or if it is Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I mean, and I love Jim Carrey. I think Jim Carrey is a very versatile actor. I really enjoy a lot of his stuff, but I can't get into The Grinch. I just can't do it. I'm sorry, but yeah.
That's fine. I mean, I'm trying to think. So Santa Claus's, Christmas Vacation, Elf, The Grinch. Oh God, there's so many. But this year I just didn't really watch that many.
Well, I guess you're going to have to catch up on that now, aren't you?
Well, supposedly this week is supposed to be Star Wars week for me. We'll see if that ever plans out. Yeah, everybody doesn't know. Who's listening is new. It's very odd that I love Disney as much as I do, and I can't say I dislike Star Wars because I've never really given it the whole college try. I've never really dived into it. I just don't like the concept of Star Wars. But with the new one, was it Rogue One that just came out?
No, that was the one which is kind of a prequel to a sequel type of scenario. And I have not.
Right.
It just came out on the 15th. I haven't seen it yet. We'll probably end up seeing it sometime this week. If we can get tickets. I've been hearing that a lot of places, people have pre-bought their tickets for their shows and stuff like that, which I've never done something like that far in advance. But I do want to go see it. It's one of those things where I think out of like, I hate to, I'm going to sound like a toothpaste commercial, but 9 out of 10 people that saw it said it was really excellent.
Yeah.
There was only like one person that said something negative, and I think that person got shamed out of that particular discussion group. Like, what do you mean? You're a moron. So, it's just it was. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing that sort of thing, but I'm glad to hear that you're actually going to take up on the challenge of, going and seeing all the Star Wars movies and stuff like that. And
I just have to figure out the order.
Okay, if you're going to order in the order of release, it's 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7. Okay. But if you can still watch them 1 through 7 and enjoy it. Although my son keeps telling me you can skip 1 and you can probably get right into 2 without any real big deal. And I can understand that. The first one was good. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like as good as the second or even the third one. So
my problem is going from like modern day to like the 70s and the 80s, and then back to modern day.
Yeah, that was a little difficult to do at times because it's like the non CGI to CGI stuff, and it's a little harsh, and unfortunately, while they you kind of have to, from what I understand, you kind of have to watch it on Blu-ray because they actually like remastered the video, takes out a lot of the I'll say graininess of the film. Of course, there are some people who say, "Hey, restore it the way it was," and so on and so forth. But there's actually just, everybody who's been listening to the show before and know that for me, sound makes the biggest difference. And while the soundtrack is absolutely phenomenal in all of them, there is a huge difference. When you listen to a modern day soundtrack versus something that was just getting started. In the late 70s, early 80s. So yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So anyway.
So actually, since you can't talk about the gifts, and I'm not going to go too much into gifts because I don't know where, peeping ears may be running around this house, but my nephew, he's only 10 or 11 months old, so he's young. He's his birthday's coming up soon. He'll be 1 soon. For one of his gifts, I got him one of those like ride-on car things.
Awesome, yeah.
But it's a spaceship, but it's Buzz Lightyear's spaceship.
Oh, there you go.
And all the buttons are Buzz Lightyear. So I thought it was something different, but something very Disney related. So I will be taking a picture of that on Christmas Day. There's so much Toy Story wrapping paper downstairs, Winnie the Pooh, and so there's a lot of pictures that I'm going to be blasting out there very, very soon. But I would say for the Christmas episode, we wanted to just keep it short. We were really not giving you crazy information. We just really wanted to come on here and obviously show off our new swag and really just wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a safe and happy holiday season. I'm not going to say Happy New Year because we're going to talk to you guys many times before next week. But if anybody listened today or listened later, didn't catch it, Happy New Year. Yes. Even though I didn't want to say it. But anyway, so yeah, once again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, because I know Hanukkah runs in during the week of Christmas too. Whatever you celebrate, have a merry day. I can't say merry because that would have a happy day. Enjoy your day. Have a magical day. Just really kick back, enjoy your family, watch a couple Disney movies, and just remember, this time of year, there's a lot of people overseas that can't be with their families. So, when, Aunt Ida or, Uncle Tommy, is annoying you or, grandma's pinching your cheeks, just realize that people would give literally an arm and a leg to be with their family. So, Merry Christmas to everybody. I'll send it over to Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. I mimic exactly what Uncle Danny just mentioned. And, we're just glad that you're here listening to us and being a part of our family as well. And, we really hope that, this is just a great time for you and your family. And we really look forward to 2017. And I just think that, it's one of those things where we do start looking back and, What an awesome year this has been, and and you guys have been a part of it, and that really means something to us. And Danny and I talk about that a lot off the air, and we just want to say thank you. And we just hope that this time is a time of great celebration for you and your family. And by all means, we hope it's magical. So, Danny, any last words for today?
Like always, I'm going to filter you with the whole rigmarole that we normally do. Follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook Behind the Ears Podcast, Twitter at Behind the Ears PC, Instagram at Behind the Ears Podcast. You can send any listener questions, any pictures, anything like that, or if you would like to come on the show, anything of that nature. You can find us at Behind the Ears Podcast at gmail.com. Don't forget to stop over our website to check out Uncle Danny's top 10 Disney Christmas movies, along with all the stuff that we talked about on this show that's going to be released in the next couple days. And that's at www.behindtheearspodcast.net. Rate and review the show on iTunes and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is really about it from my end. So I am Uncle Danny. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and I am signing off.
And I'm Mr. Chris. Thanks once again for listening in and tuning in. And by all means, we look forward to talking to you again soon. Have a magical day. Take care.